Hey folks, look at here. We are here after the Midwest Clinic with another edition of the Musical Moments with the HBCU Collective. And I have a great friend with me this morning, Dr. Bridgette Bell. How you doing?
Good morning, Dr. Earvin. How are you? I'm doing just fine.
It was so great seeing you last week in Chicago. And just to let people know, Dr. Bell is a former band director of 21 years, where she was also the department chair in Harford County in the Maryland area. And now she serves as a teacher specialist. So she's an administrator now. So she gets to talk about professional learning and professional development opportunities, as well as stay in tune with what's going on in the band world. And Dr. Bell, after coming out of the Midwest Clinic, what are some of the takeaways that you had from last week, seeing everybody there and going to some of the sessions there?
So, I've been attending Midwest since probably the early 2000s, and it's always so refreshing. It's always a refreshing moment, especially at this point in time in our career. We're at that December mark and you kind of get that December lull. So it's always great to attend Midwest Conference because it's a moment of refreshment for me, at least. Some of the takeaways, so as we look at education, we know we have to be lifelong learners. No matter what profession we're in, we have to be lifelong learners. And the professional learning moments that happen at every level at Midwest is always fantastic. So whether you're an elementary, middle, college, high school director, those professional learning moments are just impeccable. Everything from the conducting symposium at the Reynolds Conducting Institute, everyone can take something away from that. That's a moment. But then the networking opportunities are unmatched as far as I'm concerned at Midwest Clinic. So those moments of networking with your colleagues, your peers, when I tell you that's probably some of the most impactful learning moments, sometimes you're learning when you're sitting down over dinner or just having a sidebar conversation. You're learning about works that people are doing, the work that they're doing in their programs, the compositions that they're working on, the goals and the drives that they have and the motivations. Those are always wonderful takeaways. So I'm always honored to be surrounded by so many musicians, administrators, and all those who attend the conference for sure.
That's very important. I'm always a supporter of professional learning, professional development. You and I have done some together, and we've also visited each other in that setting. Why do you think it's important, or even do you think it's important for our HBCU students, our current students, to get involved in organizations now while they're in school?
Absolutely. It's absolutely essential. So sometimes our framework is narrow because of the perspectives that we have. So attending our universities and our colleges are fine. Attending workshops within our districts, they're perfectly fine. I do that as well. However, we have to broaden our scope to the national perspective. So our HBCU students, so important. I love to see FAMU pulls up with a bus of students. That is fantastic. That's definitely where we have to go. But it was also great to see students from, I think I met some students from Southern University, some students from Hampton. Each year, there are students that come from different places, Morgan State, from all over. And so we want to encourage our students to embrace these moments because they have a college track. So those who are looking to embrace education, for sure, it kind of gives them a preview of what's happening. But I wish I had this lens as a student. I didn't attend as a student, but I wish I had this to be able to sit down and listen to a middle school band from Texas to go, oh, because I'm telling you, Doc, I thought I was doing something. I thought I was doing something my first few years teaching. I was like, yeah, I'm doing this. And then I started a concert and I was like, oh, I quit because guess what? I'm missing the class. But instead of quitting, you know what? I started attending the rehearsal lab so that I can know how to run a rehearsal. I started attending some pedagogy things so that I could learn the real pedagogy of how to teach. And this is where really I developed as a teacher. So I encourage all the teachers within my district every year to attend, but our HBCU students, I'm very fortunate to be a part of the Association of Black Women Band Directors. We have a student membership track where we're encouraging them to attend. It was great to meet up with some students and kind of tell them about the organization. And that's where you're learning about some organizations right here at Midwest. You can learn about Minority Band Directors Network. You can learn about the HBCU Consortium, the Association of Black Women Band Directors, and so many other organizations, Women Band Directors Network. There's so many network networking moments, which is really super important in the career track that we're in, to learn about all the different career tracks you have.
That's good stuff. I also know that you are a proud graduate of an HBCU. So tell us about how your days at Morgan State University have shaped who you are today.
Look, that is probably more time than you even have this morning. I am a proud alumnus of Morgan State University. So I attended Morgan State under the magnificent Melvin Miles is our director of bands there, who's retiring now after 49 years. But when I tell you the professional learning that I've learned under him, he and the Morgan State University program have shaped me into the woman I am today, far by none. I can't even go into the depth of attending an HBCU, but particularly because I went to Morgan State University. I studied music education there, also have a master's degree in conducting. We're one of probably the few band or programs that have masters in conducting at Morgan State University. So I have a master's in conducting from there as well. But that program has shaped me. The leadership that I learned as a member of the band, as a section leader for the tuba section, as a member of Tau Beta Sigma, has really shaped me. But he encouraged professional growth for us as students. Even the magical moments that you have sitting down under a seasoned director. Sometimes it's just a matter of sitting down with your mouth closed in his office and just listening. The care that you get from an HBCU is far to none. You're not just a number. Every professor that I encountered cared about my path, my direction. They know who I am today. I can walk on that campus and they'll know who I am today. And that's important. For me, that's so very important. And so those are the moments that you have at an HBCU that you don't always get at other universities. You can get it to some extent, but it's extensive at HBCU. You really are a part of a family.
Well, folks, you heard it here. Dr. Bell, thank you so much for coming on and joining me. It's been wonderful hearing about your HBCU experience and what you think about professional learning and how you enjoyed your Midwest experience. Folks, definitely come on tonight and sign on to our webinar as we talk about from the field to the stage. We're talking about concert band, and we have some information to share with you tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you sign on. See you later, Dr. Bell. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, folks. See you next week.